There are over 100 billion plastic cups that are thrown away every year in the US. There was no such thing as single-use plastic when I was growing up. That concept was foreign to us.
The idea that what we do today will never matter tomorrow, and that if I throw something away, it'll disappear.
We can consume limitless things, and there's no borders on it.
In the moment thinking run amok.
When it comes to recycling, about 5% of plastic is recycled. Pretty much most plastic just ends up in landfill or in oceans, and it breaks down in microplastic, and it ends up in marine life, and then eventually it ends up in humans. We are basically facing a plastic crisis.
At this year's gala, we're not just celebrating sustainability, we are committing to sustainability as a priority. Our cohort of honorees this evening is essential as we think about creating a future with no waste. The North Brooklyn Parks Alliance has a history in rethinking public space. Under the K Bridge Park is a clear example of transforming an underutilized piece of infrastructure into a community hub that is an ecological lab for innovation, while also a nightlife destination and public park.
Under the K is a hard-working park in a hard-working neighborhood, and it has a really big job to do. This park is an economic driver in all the activities that we do as a conservancy, and we share throughout the entire district and as an agency partner. This park has a really rare opportunity in letting us really think outside the box in what public space and placemaking can be. In the IBZ, particularly along the Newtown Creek, these industrial parcels still are waste transfer plants. So we're surrounded by the reality of the trash that we're creating, the volume of that trash. So what can we do to reduce that? We spend a lot of time thinking about what products vendors bring in, what products we clean with, how our folks arrive and leave here, what impact they have in the neighborhood. We worked really early on with House of Yes, and they brought a lot of really great vendors into our purview, and that's how we met Cup Zero.
What we are doing is we are eliminating the need for single-use cups. We provide reusable cups to events. Guests use these cups, and then they can take the cup and put them back in our cup collection bins. The cups are recovered after the event, taken to our closest wash hub where they are cleaned, sanitized, quality controlled, and they are ready to be reused again and again. We are talking about a location that has multiple areas, it has multiple stages. Sometimes there are over 10,000 guests. A lot of people just leave their cup on the floor or throw them in regular trash. It is a behavioral change. We realized that we need to provide some on-site support to recover these cups and make the program truly sustainable. So we created a partnership with Sure We Can, which is a local community center and redemption center.
Sure We Can was founded in 2007 by canners, the folks who collect and redeem the bottles and cans other people throw away, in order to serve other canners. And that peer-to-peer spirit is what guides our mission and vision today. We first engaged with Cup Zero in 2023, it must have been. They had this opportunity with the K Bridge and reached out to us to enhance this idea, to have canners actually directly participating in the event, to capture the cups in real time, to earn a wage for that work, and additionally be able to access the bottles and cans that were produced at the same event. An incredible opportunity for our canners, especially given how challenging it can be to access conventional wage-paying work for a lot of these folks.
I come from the Bronx over here under the Cape Bridge to work hard.
Basically, a bag of trash is gonna come in to our sorting table. Our sorters are each gonna have a bag. They're gonna sort through it.
We got different categories, whether it be plastic, metal, tin, glass, and you basically have a bin for each and every one of them. And then also we have the Cup Zero cups.
Don't throw them away because we need them. I wash them.
I'll say there are canners who come who earn like $5 to $10 every time they visit, and there's others who use this work to earn their entire livelihood, who sent children to college 5 cents at a time. A huge challenge we face here is the lack of attention to expanding the New York State bottle bill, increasing the bottle deposit that's been the same for over 40 years.
Right now, it's 5 cents refundable. Every other state, most of the states now, are catching on to 10 cents.
The bottle bill is the most effective recycling system in New York. It captures 70% of the material that it covers, but it's the most neglected and the most disparaged. Why is that the case?
Some states been doing this since 1979, 1982. We should have been on top of this a long time ago. This should have been 10 cents. And it would help people like me and the other canners that are working to help the recycling plan go down.
Eso es correcto porque cuidamos el medio ambiente.
It's a win-win situation. We could not have done this without them because this is a very, very hard work.
Under the K's sustainability program is in its infancy, but it's necessary. And as a conservancy, we really have to be serious about that. But it's unsustainable to invite tens of thousands of people to visit your space and just socialize all that waste. For events that are as large as 10,000 people, it almost immediately reduced our trash by 50%.
But that's only one aspect of waste management in a public park. And that's why it's essential that we include our other honoree tonight.
CITIBIN started out just making residential bins in New York City for single family homes, some small multi-family homes. In walking around New York City, where I live, I noticed that people still have trash right in front of their homes. This trash is basically flanking the front of everybody's home. And if you're gonna flank your house with trash, you might as well have something that contains it nicely. But then it became a lot more about like rats, because most trash enclosures are not rat-proof. When New York City started focusing a lot more on trash and rats, the city created a program called Clean Curbs. Clean Curbs was a way for business improvement districts can actually get permits to put the trash in the curb lane. And that was something that was pretty radical because people don't want to get rid of parking spots. So they developed this program with DSNY, with DOT, and basically over 100 locations now have city bins. So that was a really big deal for us because we already were making trash enclosures for homes, and it was fairly easy for us to adjust our existing product to be for cities.
Over the last year, CITIBIN has installed their containerized products in order to help manage waste.
We love working in parks. One of the things that we're in the process of doing is to see how can we intercept the plastic before it leaves the city and make something with it.
Our trash in particular from large-scale events is considered a very decent quality because it's literally from factory to landfill with that single use.
Plastic can somewhat easily be made into boards like this.
If they could be local manufacturers or at least local sourcers of our items, that would be amazing.
If there are things that I can create new locally, I'm going to do that.
And that is what Renew North Brooklyn is all about. Rethinking, replicating, and scaling potential solutions.
We'd love to see what we're working on with North Brooklyn Parks Alliance and Cup Zero really codified as a model.
And it shows that if we can do it here, then we can do this at stadiums, we can do this at arenas, we can do this at festivals, and not just under the K and not just New York.
First of all, I want people who come to Under the K to have a great time. And probably if they're dancing, not think too much, right? But if they do think about their drink or the cup that they're getting it in, I hope they'd think about what happens next after they use it. That by participating in that party, they're actually participating in something even bigger than just that event.
There's not a lot of opportunity to do this in New York City. So it's an honor.
It's so exciting to be working with people who really share that sense of values, like not just about sustainability, but about the people who participate in it.
By giving people a solution that they don't have to feel bad about creating more plastic waste, that actually elevates the experience.
And the outcomes, I think, speak for themselves. In an event series that's really enjoyable, has producing less waste than any comparable event across the city. It's just amazing to us, and we're really excited to see it keep growing.